The Africa Youth Growth Foundation has called on government, security agencies, and civil society organizations to collaborate in reducing corruption, insecurity, and poor economic management in the country. The executive director of the foundation, Dr. Arome Salifu, during an annual retreat with stakeholders in Abuja, says that Nigeria continues to capture headlines for negative trends including violence, kidnapping, and crime. Dr. Salifu says that the foundation is open and willing to partner with the government in strengthening intelligence, improving transparency and accountability, and investing in youth development.
Notably, Nigeria was cited as one of the most violent countries in Africa, with an increase in political violence events and approximately 3,900 fatalities resulting from violence targeting civilians. The Northwest and the Middle Belt regions accounted for 2/3 of overall civilian fatalities, emphasizing the need for concerted effort to address violence against civilians nationwide. This is according to Armed Conflict Location and Event Data Project. Kidnapping, particularly the abduction of school children, poses a severe threat to families in Nigeria. Over 1,000 students have been abducted since December 2020. Even before that, the abduction of Chibok girls in 2014 shook the nation at large, with kidnapping industry expanding into previously safe areas. Barely a week into the new year, 5 sisters were abducted by armed gunmen in Abuja, the nation's capital, with the eldest being executed despite the payment of the ransom provided. In another case, 30 people were abducted along the Abuja-Kaduna Highway at Dogon Fili in northwestern Kaduna State. Mass abductions and kidnapping for ransom have been a nationwide problem for several years, but have kickstarted in the new year at a rapid pace. One could only fault the increase in crime and violence nationwide on the current state of the Nigerian economy, as it has become evidently unbearable for the average Nigerian to get by financially and in all other ramifications. AYGF emphasizes the importance of collaborative efforts between government authorities, security forces, and the civil society to implement strategic interventions and policies that prioritize the safety and well-being of Nigerian citizens. 1. Integrated approach to security and economic development. The government should formulate comprehensive policies that synergize efforts to boost economic growth while simultaneously addressing security concerns. This might include increasing targeted investment in key sectors such as agriculture and infrastructure to stimulate economic development and create employment opportunities, thereby contributing to enhanced security. 2. Strengthening intelligence and security cooperation. We recommend the establishment of a coordinated and intelligence-driven approach to counter insecurity, involving information sharing and joint operations both at local and national levels. 3. Investment in youth empowerment and skill development. The government should focus on equipping the youth with relevant skills for employment and entrepreneurship. This approach not only addresses economic challenges by fostering skilled workforce, but also mitigates the risk of youth involvement in criminal activities due to unemployment and, of course, even irregular migration. 4. Transparency, accountability in economic management. The government should communicate openly about economic policies, budget allocations, and resource management at all fronts, with more effective measures to curb corruption and ensure that financial resources are utilized effectively for sustainable development, fostering public trust, and contributing to economic stability of the country. 5, community engagement and conflict resolution mechanisms. The government and key stakeholders should foster dialogue between communities, addressing grievances, and promote understanding. 6, government action on currency crisis and support for local economy. Lastly, but not the least, we urge the government to take decisive action on the crisis surrounding the exchange rates of the naira and the dollar, as they significantly worsen Nigeria's economic conditions through inflation. In tandem with this, we call upon the Nigerian government and Nigerians to support locally made goods and services, contributing to mitigating the adverse effects of the current exchange crisis.